Hello? Oh, where am I? Just chilling at GeckoLand, the best place in the metaverse. Oh, sorry about that, guys. You know what? Why don't you guys come over here and let's hang out? Even better, we can go to the workshops, after parties, and more together. See you here soon!
Hello, everyone. I'm Ronghui Gu. I'm the co-founder and CEO of CertiK, a Web3 and blockchain security firm. I'm also a computer science professor at Columbia University. So today, I'm gonna share you our story, our products about how we secure the Web3 world. Yeah. First, we all know that in the past few years, blockchain and Web3 industry grow really fast. And many people still believe that this growth will continue. Like PwC expect that the blockchain's impact to global GDP gonna be increased another 25 times within 10 years. So that's huge. But what comes along with this rapid growing of this industry is a growing pain in cybersecurity and cyber defense. So as shown in this figure on the right-hand side, you can see that in the year of 2020, more than $500 million got lost or got stolen due to software errors in this blockchain industry. Well, that number almost get tripled in the year of 2021, right, reached something around $1.3 billion. Well, this year, just in the first 5 months, more than $1.8 billion got stolen, got hacked due to program errors in just 5 minutes, in just 5 months. So you can see that this number got increased so rapidly and become the pinpoint for the entire industry. And if we dive into these numbers, you can see that not only the number has been increased, but the kinds of smart contracts being exploited become more and more complex. And we also have seen that there are new kinds of attack happens. And these all bring new challenges in cyber defense and cybersecurity. For example, among these $1.8 billion, more than $1 billion are stolen due to the hacks for cross-chain bridges, right? Why cross-chain bridges is so hard to protect? Because when you try to bridge, let's say, n chains together, the complexity does not grow linearly. The complexity is something n times n or n square. And it's very, very hard to find in-house developers to understand all these different n chains and how things should be communicated. So that brings new challenges for the developers and also for cybersecurity firms in this domain. We can see that in February, right, Wormhole got hacked, more than $300 million got stolen, and that record was quickly broken in April, right? Due to running network attack and so on. And now CertiK is working with both Wormhole and running network to help protect their cross-chain bridges. And we can also see that for the third number, there are also governance attacks that leads to more than $180 million financial loss. That is also new this year. Due to, let's say, the growth of a DAO and so on. So these brings in new challenges. And how can we address these challenges? How can we improve the security of this for this industry? So as Ridario said, that the cyber offense now is much more powerful than cyber defense in this industry. So the cyber risk is a risk that he can't ignore, right? We really have to address this issue to let more people enter the space and embrace this new technology. And can we simply utilize cybersecurity technologies that developed in previous computation platforms, like in the PC, for Web 2, for cloud, for mobile, and so on? The answer is probably no. We can see that, well, in all previous platforms, there are lots of techniques, products being built to provide something what we call the proactive defense. That is to identify malicious transactions, malicious access, and try to block them. And then find the issues in the system, add patches, and then resume the systems. And in many cases, you can see that, well, one attack may just, let's say, bring down the website for several minutes or even several hours. It's not a big deal for many companies, especially for medium and small size companies. So that's why a security rate of something like 97% is already good enough for previous platforms. All right, especially when the attacker can only view the system as a black box and to perform attack, which is much harder. But if we look at blockchain and Web3 industry, you can see that things are totally different. It has a totally new technical stack. And the blockchain is what we call world computer that no one can stop. It means that even if we identify malicious access, even if we identify malicious transactions, we can't block them. Right? No one can block them, including the government, right? So we can't block them. And also smart contracts are like real world contracts that's once signed, once deployed, it's very hard to make changes. So it means that for these smart contracts are managing hundreds of millions of dollars, most of them are open source actually, and the hackers can read the source code of these smart contracts, try to find a box and perform attack. And for project owners, even if they identify malicious access, they can't block them. They can't easily make changes to smart contracts and so on. So that's really make this task to secure smart contract and blockchain systems much harder. And one vulnerability in this space can lead to more than 10 or even hundreds of millions dollars financial loss. So that's why 97% of security rate is not good enough. We want the smart contract and blockchain system to be as secure as CPU hardware, whose security rate is something like 99.9%. And the reason they can be so secure because they can employ these formal verification techniques to mathematically prove that the implementation of the hardware or the software 100% match the design or what we call specification. So in the CPU hardware, they simply try to enumerate all the possibilities for this hardware implementation and do the proof. But this techniques can't be easily applied to the software domain, especially for concurrent and distributed software systems. So as National Science Foundation report stated in the year 2016 that formal reasoning about the concurrency in software seems to be still in the early stages. So CertiK, you can imagine that CertiK, we address these challenges. We can apply this formal verification and many other cyber defense techniques to the blockchain domain, to the system software domain, and provide the highest level of security rate. For example, in the blockchain Web3 industry, our current security rate is more than 99%. And we help serve more than 3,000 enterprise clients and help them secure more than $300 billion worth of crypto assets. And every month, we can deliver more than 250, and at a peak time, we can deliver more than 500 auditing reports every month. And if you go to CoinGecko, right, they also list the audit information, and among them, more than 12% actually of all the projects listed on CoinGecko are our clients. And if you rule out the project that didn't provide this audit information or who didn't pay for a third-party security services, our market share is more than 70%, 70%, which is a lot, I have to say. And then our technology actually is not only limited to blockchain and the Web3 industry, can also be applied in the other domains like cloud computing. For example, we have built the world's first verified cloud hypervisor. We have pilot projects with ARM, Ant groups, and many others. And actually, I just came back from California, where my group presented our collaboration with ARM. We help verify their confidential compute architecture called CCA, which will be shipped in the next generation of ARM chips called ARM v9. So our technology, our verification technologies will be used in the hardware firmware as well, and will benefit and help protect millions of devices and hundreds of millions of users in the future. And also, for our contribution to verify the cloud hypervisors, we also won 3 Amazon Research Awards in the past 15 months. In past 15 months, we won 3 Amazon Research Awards for our technical contribution. So yeah, then I'm gonna briefly talk about our team, our story, and so on. So CertiK was founded in the year of 2018 by Yale University and 2 professors. I'm the professor at Columbia University, and also we have Professor Zhong Shao, who is a computer science department chair at the Yale University. So our research is focused on formal verification on system software. So our goal is to bring the highest level security rate for the system software, including blockchain, smart contracts, Web3 applications, and so on. And in the year of 2016, we made a breakthrough. We created CertiK OS, the world's first and only fully verified multi-core OS kernel. It can also double as a cloud hypervisor. So as Greg Morris said that 10 years ago, people wouldn't believe that we can verify the multi-core OS kernel, and Joe and his team made it happen. And our research results have won the Best Paper Awards in SSP 2019, OSCI 2021, which are viewed as Oscar Awards in the computer systems field. And we also selected by Communication of ACM as a research highlight, and won 3 Amazon Research Awards for our related work and contributions. And this verified OS kernel, the CertiK OS, was deployed on this unmanned ground vehicle called the Landshark. And the right team who evaluated our system, they use one word to describe our technology in their final report. They call it unbreakable. So then we build a strong team from both academia and industry, try to commercialize this technology, try to protect more and more users. You can see we have many kind of like doctors and professors even, and we have other kind of like executive members from other corporates and so on. And right now, CertiK has a team of around 300 team members across the world, and most of them are engineers, and we even have a pretty big team of data scientists. And you can see that around 10 of them have PhD degrees and graduated from top universities. So then I'm gonna start to introduce our products and our technology to protect the blockchain systems for the entire life cycle. So many kind of like major players in this domain view CertiK as the #1 cybersecurity firm in blockchain and the Web3 industry. And there are many data and evidences that supporting this statement. You can see that we have performed over 3,200 auditing for enterprise clients, and our market share, as I mentioned, if you go to CoinGecko and so on, you can see that is more than 60% in a conservative point of view. And also you can see that for assets we have secured has exceeded $300 billion worth, of course, as their peak price time. And so far, in the past 4 years, we have detected more than 60,000 critical vulnerabilities in blockchain, smart contracts, blockchain systems, and Web3 applications. And we have won many awards. You can see the 2022 cybersecurity awards. We've been selected by CB Insights at the Blockchain 50. Also, we are selected as a global innovator by World Economic Forum. And you can see that well, actually, most of the major players in this industry actually are our clients or working with us for DeFi. You can see many big DeFi projects like AV, Pancake Swap, 1inch, Sushi Swap Banker. For platforms, you can see like Polygon, Cardano, Binance Chain, Thor Chain, and so on. And for NFT and Metaverse, you can see so Sandbox, Decentraland. One very interesting thing I want to share is that when we first worked with Sandbox in the year of 2019, they're still a pretty small company. But now they are kind of like a company worth tens of $billions, and we have provided more than 7 security audits for them in the past 2 years and help them grow smoothly and safely. Yep. And also many kind of like you can see games and so on. So most of the major players in this industry are our clients. And as I mentioned, if you go to CoinGecko for top 200 coins or projects, more than 65% are our clients. If we rule out the company or coins that haven't provided any security audit reports and so on, and for top 500 is 69%, and for top 10,000 it's 72%. Yeah, and then CertiK, I believe, is also the only cybersecurity firm in this industry that can provide this end-to-end, one-stop cyber defense solutions for small size, medium size, and even corporate level clients. Starting from our security auditing or QIC, the tools have been built like syntactic, semantic, logic checker, model checker, or fuzzer tools, and so on. And then we also provide the post-deployment products and services, including our Skynet, the 24/7 monitoring system, the Skytrees, a system to chase, let's say, stolen assets and so on. And we also have our instant alerts and instant response products and teams. And we also kind of like try to share our knowledge and our data to the entire community, to all the retail users, make everything as transparent as possible, as publicly accessible as possible. So including our security leaderboard and our Sky Harbor, which is mostly shared for corporate clients. So then I'm gonna go through these products and the services one by one. So the first is our most famous services and products called CertiK Auditing. And actually, internally, we always call it the CertiK Verification. Because, as I mentioned, not only we provide, let's say, different tools and manual auditing, we can also do formal verification to prove desired properties. And you can see that from our previous records, we provide the highest security rate for the entire industry. Every month, we can deliver more than 300 auditing reports. You can see that if our security rate is something like 97%, that's similar to the industry standard, or every month will be 10 projects of our clients got hacked and something like that. That would be terrible. So, and kind of like managing 300 auditing every month is a totally different thing from managing 10 or 20 audits in a single month. And because every month, the code that we audited, the lines of code we audited has exceed 5 million lines of code. And every month we find more than 3,000 critical vulnerabilities. You can't imagine that you build a small team of so-called security experts, let them kind of like do manual review for this 5 million lines of code. It's not working. It's not scalable, and the quality. If we have our security experts doing something like this, the auditing quality will be dropped dramatically, and it can't even reach the industry standard. Let alone for a CertiK record that we exceed the industry and can reach something like 99%. And how we achieve that? And I'm gonna show you a very small example. So here is a running example that this is our internal auditing tools platform. You can see that we upload the project's the source code, and we run all these tools, and it will run actually for a really long time, and I will simply cut it off for the time constraints. And after running the tools, you can see that now the source code are annotated. If you go to this these kind of like a code this finding panels, you can see that there are lots of findings generated by our internal tools using all kinds of techniques. And some of the findings, tools will give the description of the issues, why is critical vulnerabilities, and so on. And sometimes it will generate diagrams and figures for the security experts to reveal, for help them to understand your smart contracts, your code, and then do further manual auditing. And the auditors' feedbacks and will so when they review all these tools findings, it will also provide feedbacks, and all these feedbacks will be sent back to our tools and let it iterate and let it evolve. So I would say that even if our technology will not be improved, which is definitely untrue, but even if it will not be improved, just rely on our team of security experts to review the tools findings, to send the feedback back to the engine and let it improve. So it will be better better and better. And every day, every week, it's gonna be improved and so on by this I would say the labeled data provided by the security experts. And we also develop lots of other technologies like our GCLN, the gated continuous logic networks, to help enable the automated auditing. So kind of like as I mentioned, so not only we have checkers at various of levels, at syntactic level, at semantic level, like as a logic level, as a model level, we also have our kind of like formal verification tools that can verify some desired property. So one thing I can share is that we're working with very big layer one blockchain systems. They design their new consensus protocols, and it's very, very hard, I would say, to audit this kind of consensus protocols. But our verification tools can identify the because it will enumerate. You can imagine that it will enumerate all the possibilities, so it can identify the issues in corner cases which are confirmed by the layer one blockchain team, and they fix them in the next round of release. So these are kind of like give you a high level idea of how it did auditing internally at CertiK. So then I would say that CertiK is also the only firm, I would say, that can cover all the popular layer one blockchain platforms, all the popular smart contracts languages and SDKs and so on. So we support not only Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, but also Avalanche, Cardano, Cosmos, the Algorand, all these kind of like popular chains we can support. And that is also why Wormhole and Running Network, they decided to work with us after the attack, because as I mentioned, it's very, very hard to find a security firm, and even for developer groups that can cover all these chains and then satisfy these cross-chain bridges requirements and so on. So as I mentioned, so kind of like our assessed market cap has exceeded $300 billion in the past, and trusted by all these leading clients. And the monthly audits we have been delivered also been increased month by month, quarter by quarter. And so as I briefly mentioned, that's doing 300 audits a month is a totally different thing from doing let's say 10 to 20 auditing in a month. Not only because you have to make these tools into this internal platforms as automated as possible, but also you have to ensure the quality for your audits. That's very hard, very challenging. Kind kind of like internally, we build lots of internal metrics to evaluate the auditing quality, to give a score for our auditors, for our security experts, whether they spend enough time on reviewing the tools outputs, whether they have enough time to using the tools output to generate manual findings and so on, and can house the, let's say, number of findings or density of findings in one auditing compared with similar projects and so on. There's so many metrics we have done internally. You can view them as auditors for auditors. And then all these pipelines, kind of like are running as all the time. And you also need to make sure that this auditors of auditors are working as expected. So we also need to build monitors for this kind of like scoring system, the quality control system, and so on. So many things we have to do to ensure the quality, to deliver 300 good auditing reports every month. So that's a very challenging task, and there are still many kind of like challenges we are working on at this moment to push forward the industry standard. So, and another thing I want to mention is, well, we also have a very deep collaboration with CoinGecko. So if you go to coingecko.com, from this security session, you can see, you can check CertiK's audit reports. And also there's a CertiK security score provided by our Skytrees system that I gonna introduce later. So feel free to go to CoinGecko and can check our audit report, the security score for these projects. And if you want to learn more details, you can go to CertiK.com, our security leaderboard, to see more details to help you do the due diligence together with other millions of users in this space. And then besides auditing, also CertiK, we provide pen testing. So nowadays, many kind of like blockchain Web3 applications are much more complex than they were last year. So these systems, this application not involve Web3 part, but also Web2 part. So Web3 auditing itself sometimes is still limited. We still need to do Web2 auditing and Web3 pen testing at the same time. And you can see that CertiK, we also have very strong pen testing or Web2 security firm that the vulnerabilities we have reported has been accepted by many big corporates like Airbnb, Tesla, Spotify, and so on. And up to date, we have almost all the certifications to ensure that kind of like our pen testing, our Web2 security team are at the top of their game. So that's also pretty unique for this space, because we know there are many small groups of security experts working on Web3 part, but to cover this both Web2 and Web3, give you the entire cyber defense solution is very hard to find in the space. Either they don't understand Web2 part, or they don't want to understand the Web3 part. So again, that is also why many big projects, many big platforms, they choose to work with CertiK. So then we can talk about Skynet, right? That I just mentioned. So Skynet is a dynamic monitoring system. So it will monitor and collect the data off-chain and on-chain for almost all the popular layer 1 platforms, for almost all the popular DeFi and Web3 applications. And we're gonna collect, process this data, and then present this data to not only the project owners, but also the retail user or users of our clients. So we will calculate this trusted score, which including the secret score and the market community score, which are also used by CoinGecko and many other platforms. And now if you go to the Skynet, you can also compare scores across different projects. And I highly recommend you guys to play with it, to try, and to finalize, say, the projects that you want to interact with. And so far, so for our Skynet system, we have monitored more than 7 billion asset transfers, and we also have labeled more than 4 million addresses and so on. That's a lot of work. So in previous slides, if you can remember that we have a team of more than 30 data scientists. While they are working on all these very challenging tasks and so on. And so far, we have provided Skynet monitoring system for more than 800 enterprise clients and blockchain projects. And we can see that, well, we show all their data on our website, and many of these data are, I would say, are very hard to collect, very hard to present, and we show this data to retail users for free, so that all these users can do due diligence using CertiK's products. So another thing I want to mention is that now we also provide badges for all these blockchain and Web3 projects and applications. And these badges are also, I would say, a very important sign for the retail users to do due diligence, like whether their contracts have been verified, right? Whether the deployed contracts and the contract we audited are the same, like whether they enable this monitoring system, whether they have done let's say active bug bounty programs, or whether they have QYC. Here I want to kind of emphasize QYC a little bit, because in this year, especially in this quarter, so CertiK, we just released the blockchain security report for this quarter last week, and in our report you can see that actually in the last quarter, the number of flashing attacks, all kinds of attacks in the blockchain, the number has been dropped, and the total dollar financial loss due to this attacks are also dropped. But if we look at other categories like rug pulls, like scams, like social media hacks, and so on, so these numbers got increased. So in a sense that many projects, the biggest issues are not their code, but the people, but their team. And now there's really not that many things that people can do if some projects got scammed or they got rug pulled and so on. So that is why CertiK provide this QYC service, that we will perform the most rigorous QYC for, let's say, clients that want to get this badge. So if you go to CertiK.com, you can also filter this CertiK QYC badge. You can see how many what are the projects that have done QYC through CertiK, that have gone through this most rigorous process. And so we have a great team consisting of world experts in QYC. You may wonder, well, what expertise you need for QYC? So we have former employees from, let's say, authorities from different countries and so on. So we can get the deepest information and data that many other firms can't get, and we will maintain all this data internally, securely, and privately. And if something bad happens, if some of our clients that have gone through this QYC and have this badge, they rug pull or scam, we're gonna work with authorities to try our best to help get the stolen asset back and reduce the loss for the users. And compare with CertiK QYC service and many other firms QYC, you can see that CertiK QYC is much more comprehensive, much more rigorous than the other services, and they have to go through 93 points of verification in order to get this badge, get this single badge. And so this badge means that, well, kind of like we get all the data information we needed if something bad happens. And we already been working with some we already been working with authorities on some of the scams, and the QYC report we provided has received I would say a very high evaluation from authorities. So that's the thing I want to emphasize, and we are promoting at the moment. So in the future, I really hope that in the space, people can really only work with projects that have this QYC badges and so on. Okay, and then the next thing I'm gonna talk about is our CertiK incident alerts and response services. So many of you may have already followed our CertiK alerts Twitter accounts, right? We send these alerts for hacks, for rug pulls, and so on our Twitter account. Usually, the delay is about several minutes, sometimes even just several seconds after the incident happens. And we not only, I would say, send all these alerts, but also we have a team working on the incident response. In the sense that if some projects got hacked, if some kind of like project like scam and so on, we will have a professional team there working with our clients, working with these projects to help remediate the issues, to help reduce the potential loss and so on. So far, just in the first half of this year, we have already helped detect and track more than $1.6 billion loss due to exploits, due to hacks and scams. And our internal systems are definitely running 24/7, and our incident response team is also working 24/7 and cover all the time zones and so on. So the next thing I'm gonna show is our Skytrees product. So this is a kind of like product that can help project owners, can help retail users to keep track of the movements of funds. Usually can be used to keep chase the stolen assets and so on. So when we are working with, let's say, clients, and when we are working with authorities, this is a very powerful tool for us and also for the project owners and users, right, to keep track of things and do due diligence when you, let's say, receive some funds and so on. So you feel free to go to our website and go to and play with this product. And then the next thing I'm gonna show you is our secure leaderboard, just our CertiK.com website. And so we are I believe CertiK is still the only blockchain Web3 security firm that make all the auditing reports publicly available on this. So I believe we're still the first firm. And if you can go to CertiK.com, you can check our CertiK secure leaderboard to check all our clients' auditing reports and so on, even including the reports that let's say we have missed some vulnerabilities that have been hacked and so on. So all the reports are there. So the reason we do it because first of all, we believe that in this decentralized world, transparency is the most important thing. So we make everything transparent. So if you want to check whether the project has been audited by CertiK, you can go to the website and check. And if you want to learn more about the information, like so I really hate that people view CertiK as a certificate, view CertiK as a stamp that, well, when you work with CertiK, you are secure. So no, it's not the case. So CertiK is the firm that's to generate the security data. And I really hope that all the users should go to the website, CertiK.com website, and check the audited reports. We have a very easy to understand summary page and so on, and also kind of like many other on-chain and off-chain data about the projects. So that's why we determined to make everything transparent. Many kind of like even our investors and many of even our competitors, right? Many other security firms ask, why you guys want to make everything transparent? So if anything bad happens, you can't. Everyone will know, right? You're one of a party that got hacked and so on. So everyone will know because you make everything transparent. But I feel like even that's the case, we should still make things transparent. That's how we can rebuild the trust for this community, rebuild the trust for our clients, rebuild the trust for the users of our clients. And also we have strong confidence in our auditing, our services and so on. So we would like to make everything transparent. We make everything publicly available. And you can download the reports, you can check the report by yourself and so on. And even if something bad happened, we will not make changes to these reports. So that's why people say that, well, they're kind of like so many kind of like, if you compare with CertiK and many other firms, it seems like the hacked projects associated with CertiK, the number is more than other firms. I would say that first of all, our client base is much larger than any other security firms, right? Every month we do 300 audits, maybe kind of like more than half of the entire audits delivered in this industry. Second, we make everything transparent and publicly available. So, well, we can't hide anything, right? In this, but so that's why you may have this impression. But I would say that, well, that may not even be a bad impression. But as long as things are transparent, I would say that will be helpful for rebuild the trust for this industry. And so when we made the slide, you can see there are 2,900 projects listed on this leaderboard, but now there are more than 3,000 projects listed on the leaderboard, and more than, I believe, 4,000 or even close to 5,000 auditing reports out there. So you can see that every month we have more than 15 million users from our security leaderboard and so on. And many other VCs, venture capitals, I know that they are using CertiK.com as the trusted platform for them to do due diligence and so on. So kind of like feel free to go to our website to do due diligence. And if you are the projects that you invested or the project you built are not listed there, feel free to reach out to us. And the last thing is what we call the platform is what we call Sky Harbor, is our client portal for our enterprise clients. So in the sense that if you work with some other security firm, well, you may exchange things using Google Docs or Google Sheets or whatever things, but if you work with CertiK, you will find a totally different experience because we have a client portal. You use it you can upload your source code or auditing requests in batches, and you can review all intermediate findings and so on. You can interact with auditors through this client portal. You don't have to WeChat group or Telegram group to deliver things and so on. And that can help you manage your auditing requests and so on. For a project owner who may not be, let's say, coders or developers, can also easily using this platform to manage the projects, the auditing process, and things like that. And also beyond the auditing, there are also many other services we provided through CertiK Sky Harbor. And like you can see NFT security, right? I would say that many big NFT marketplaces are also using our Sky Harbor to get, let's say, the security alerts, the data about NFTs and so on, and many other advanced alerting, in the sense that our clients, you will get alerted by all these hacks, scams, and so on, even faster than the public audience and so on. So this is a pretty unique experience for our clients, for enterprise clients, which may not the retail user may not be able to tell, but for enterprise client, for project owners, I believe either you have tried or you haven't tried, and feel free to ask for demo if you need. And the last thing is kind of like we closed our $2 billion valuation round in Q1, our B3 round of fundraising, and I really want to thank our partners and investors, including inside partners, including Sequoia, Tiger Global, Go2, Lightspeed, Avon International, SoftBank Vision Fund, the Goldman Sachs, Coinbase, Venture, Binance, and Yale University, and so on. So without the help of all these great investors and so on, we really can't achieve what we have done today. We can't help secure this $300 billion worth of crypto assets. We can't deliver 300 auditing reports in a month, every month, and so on. So, so I really want to appreciate my thanks for our investors and supporters. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And the last page is our security leaderboard, CertiK.com. Feel free to go to our website and check this project security score, check all these on-chain, off-chain data, and help you explore, let's say, good investment opportunities and so on. Yeah, that's it. Thanks.
Crypto hacks are on the rise and constantly in the news, with hundreds of millions of dollars lost every month. Don't be the next big hack everyone's talking about. Get smart and get audited today before it's too late.
Hey there! Miss me? Well, I hope you're enjoying the sessions as much as I am. I hear the next session is gonna be about... Oh, okay, shh. It's about to begin, guys. Let's go!